This one is a bit different of an intro, but welcome to Vietnam and let's go. We started our trip in Vietnam going to the Ho Chi tunnels. On our way there we came across this stop where they were veterans of the Vietnam War creating artwork with duck egg and lacquer. They had a wide variety of decorative pieces, plates, bowls, vases, pitchers and ashtrays. Vietnamese soldiers created these little bunkers to hide from the American soldiers that were invading. The whole structure on the top was made out of wood, so it can be watertight once it gets wet and a lot easier to hide. And here is a demonstration from one of the workers on how they entered these tunnels. And as you can see, he just disappears. This was one of the many traps they had dotted around the land. This is one of the actual tanks that was taken out by a mine, a tank mine. And they had all these bridges over these trenches that the Vietnamese used. Here is another trap that they used. They had these workshops within the jungle to survive against the attacks. And for only £20, I thought I'd have a go at firing an AK-47. We also tried going through the tunnels just to see what it's like, and there's no way I would have been able to stay under there. It was so tightly packed and it was a struggle for me to just crawl through. We only walked 40 meters, but for the Vietnamese they will be doing hundreds and hundreds. This was one of the many kitchens they had dotted around. So after the whole tour, we went back to the hotel and got some dinner. Stayed in the hotel, got a takeaway and had an Indian. And just had a quick adventure out into the city of Ho Chi Minh City. We made our way to the walking street where it is absolutely crazy, just like Patong Road and Khao San Road. Coming into the second day, we had a walking tour booked, but at first we thought we'd better get some lunch. And my portion size was way too big for me. Now made it back to our hotel after some lunch, and that food was just way too much for me. So I got them to make me a takeaway box and we're gonna have it for dinner. We've got to try and figure out how to do it. We're thinking about cutting it up like I'm in the kitchen. We're gonna try and do some noodle pots and we have some, probably not the pork. I'll probably just not use the pork at all.
I'll just use the chicken.
The chicken and the
sausage.
I said no sausage.
Oh, that's pork, is it?
Yeah. Maybe a bit of the ribs, but
we're making the most, we use now.
yeah. We'll have the garlic bread and the wedgies, but we're gonna try and make our money's worth, well, my money's worth, with that dinner, with that meal. Should have just gone for the whole fajita. As soon as it came out, it was just like, whoa, that's too much. But we're gonna chill for half an hour and then we've got a walking tour around Vietnam.
Around Ho Chi Minh.
Around Ho Chi Minh, not around Vietnam, because that's going to take years. But, you know what I mean, so.
He's in a food family.
Now this is the start of our tour, next to the monk they sell on flames. This is one of the biggest high schools that was in Ho Chi Minh. We walked towards the palace where the king lived when Ho Chi Minh was the capital, but now it's just a museum. Our next stop was the post office. Unfortunately, it was closed due to the holiday of the end of the Vietnam War. And we slowly made our way to the city hall. And then
it took them about 40.
ended up going back to the hotel and watching the fireworks.